Hi everyone, yasas, que kalos tirsate to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. If you're looking for show-stopping savory appetizer ideas for your holiday table or for a special event, I got you covered today with two different phyllo braid ideas. We're going to be using one recipe, a classic meat sauce that I'm going to be making. I'm leaving out the tomato sauce, but you can add it in if you'd like. And I'm making one with some cheese. You can definitely add some roasted red peppers and mushrooms maybe if you wanted to the filling. And the second one is going to be a holiday type version with pine nuts, herbs, and raisins. They're both so delicious and beautiful to look at as well. Let me show you how I make them. We're going to begin by making the meat sauce, which is so simple and easy to make. So start off with one onion. Use a large onion for this. Finely chop it and add it to a pan or a skillet with some olive oil, about 3-4 tablespoons of olive oil. Cook the onions over medium heat until they're nice and soft and golden. That's going to take about 7-8 minutes. Then we're going to go in with some garlic, 5 or 6 garlic cloves that are finely grated. I keep mine in the freezer. I just get big bags of garlic cloves and then puree them in the processor until they're super finely chopped. And then I just flatten them out in freezer safe bags and keep them in my freezer and break chunks off as I need them. I cook with garlic all the time, of course. So let that garlic just warm through until it's fragrant. And then we're going to go in with the ground beef. So the recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. This is a little bit more than 2 pounds because that's how I bought it from my butcher shop. And having extra ground beef sauce for me is always really handy because we can make little wraps with this through the week or just add it to things, serve it over rice. It's not going to go to waste. So the beef is going to go in there and season it with salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Cook it until the pinkness goes away, so about 4 or 5 minutes on medium-high heat. And then at this point, if you want a little bit of tomato flavor, you can add half a can or 1 whole can of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to leave the tomatoes out of this because I'm saving half of this mixture to add pine nuts and raisins, and I feel like it tastes better without the tomatoes. But if you're making this just with cheese and roasted red peppers and other fillings, you can add some tomato to this at this point. I'm also going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes here for heat. They're optional. You can leave them out if you don't like them. And then this is going to cook until the meat is fully cooked for about 15 minutes on medium-high heat. And we're just going to finish it off in the end with a teaspoon of crushed oregano, crushed dried oregano, and a nice handful of finely chopped parsley. Finely chopped scallions would also be good in this, and the more herbs you put in it, the better it'll taste. This is all I have for now because I'm using my scallions for a Kreatopita recipe. But if you do have them, you can finely chop about 4 or 5, even 6 scallions and put them in right now. Take it off of the heat and let it cool completely. And then I'll take a little less than half of the beef mixture and transfer it to another bowl. And I have pine nuts over here on the stove. They're just going to roast until they're toasted. Keep a close eye on them because pine nuts are pretty expensive and they can burn really quickly. So keep a close eye on them, and as soon as they start to get golden, take them off of the heat and you can add them to the ground beef right now with some raisins. I know raisins are hit or miss for some people. I love them in this because it reminds me of my mom's Thanksgiving stuffing, and I just love that. It's comforting, it's delicious. If you don't like raisins, you can leave them out. You can substitute some cranberries or just leave them out altogether. And then mix everything all together and set it aside until everything cools completely, and then we can assemble the braids. So this recipe makes 2 braids. We're going to use 1 pack of thawed out 1 pound number 4 phyllo. The number 4 phyllo is the one that's usually sold in the supermarket if it's not labeled and it has pictures of baklava on it. That's the one that you're using. It's a thinner pastry sheets, and we're going to use between 10 to 12 for each braid. So take 1 layer at a time, but before you begin, put a piece of parchment paper on your work surface. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to transfer the braid once we assemble it onto a baking tray. The parchment paper is going to make it really easy. We're going to layer 1 sheet of phyllo at a time, brushing each sheet lightly with some melted butter. I'm using unsalted butter. If you have salted butter, that's even better because it'll have more flavor. So brush each sheet with butter, and once you have 10 sheets ready to go, we're just going to take that holiday style stuffing and put it down the center of the phyllo, and then I'm going to cut about 12 or 13 slits on each side. You want to make sure they're at a diagonal, and then we're just going to fold them over each other to create this braid design. Carefully lift it up with the parchment paper that's on the bottom and transfer it to a baking sheet. Brush it with melted butter. Then we'll assemble the second braid. And all I'm doing for the second one is the same thing. 10 to 12 sheets of phyllo, buttered really well. And then we're gonna take that ground beef sauce and put it down the center. At this point, you can add some finely chopped roasted red peppers if you have them. If you like mushrooms, you can saute some mushrooms and put them in here as well. All I have is cheese today. So I have this Mexican style cheddar cheese. I'll just sprinkle it liberally over the ground beef. You can use your favorite cheese for this. Mozzarella works, Gouda works. Whatever you love can go on top right here. We're gonna crisscross the phyllo slits over the stuffing to make that braid design. Transfer it to the baking tray and brush it really well with butter. Make sure the oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gonna bake for about 45 minutes or until it's beautifully golden all around. Let them sit for a little bit once they come out of the oven, and then they're ready to serve. And there you have it, 2 different braids with 1 main filling. You can dress it up to make it however you like. I'll put more options on the blog post so that way you could have ideas to work with. They're so delicious. Let me know which one you're making in the comment section down below. You can print out the recipe for these on the blog, dimitrasdishes.com. If you want to learn how to make this Kreatopita filled braid, click over here and I'll see you right over there. Yes, us.